Hey guys, I've been really big into tape hunting recently, so today I'm going to review a tape that I just got of one of my favorite movies of all time. And I'm really glad I got the tape. The tape's awesome. It has an amazing cover. The box is crushed, but it's Buried Alive, aka Beyond the Darkness, the amazing Joe D'Amato film. Let me fix this a little bit. I'm wearing a cool hat, by the way. I absolutely love this cover. It's one of my favorite VHS covers of all time. Let me pull back, man, and get it to stop being screwy. Stop it. Stop it, damn it. Oh. Well, I guess I'll... see, maybe. Yeah, there we go. That's better. But, yeah. It's an amazing cover. And there's nothing on the back of it. But, like I said, it's crushed. But, I found this yesterday. Well, I found it yesterday, but I got it today. It's Joe D'Amato's Beyond the Darkness. I just showed the VHS because it's cooler. But, Beyond the Darkness is pretty much this crazy rich kid. His fiance dies, and he I can't remember how she dies. It's some natural cause though, and he can't accept it. So he digs up her body after the funeral and taxidermies it, and keeps her in his room and sleeps with the corpse and stuff. And then his housekeeper, who's just like really weird, crazy sex kinky girl, she absolutely is in love with him. So there's this weird mother son wannabe incest relationship between them. She nurses him and stuff even though they're not related. And then the cops show up and anything, but the kid, he just basically, sorry, my eyebrows are itching. The kid basically just goes crazy and starts hacking people apart. And there's some really cool gore in here. There's really cool gore. The autopsy scene, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not getting my movies confused, I think the autopsy scene is... Sorry, I have a nervous tick where I constantly do this with my hands. Usually it's below the camera, but I noticed that. If I'm not mistaken, the cops investigated this film to see if the autopsy scene was real, because it's not realistic at all. But back in the 80s, I mean, where people thought Cannibal Holocaust was real. Back in the 80s, whenever all this technology was new, people were not very smart and thorough with what they did. But there's a scene in it where he pulls someone's fingernails out, and then there's this girl who they cut apart and then put her pieces in acid. There's just all sorts of dismemberments and just gore constantly, and it's really cool. I absolutely love the movie. I think the title Buried Alive is kind of stupid actually, but I just like that cover a lot more. I always think this is probably one of the most beautiful VHS covers of all time. The way the girl's drawn and... The way the girl's drawn and animated, I don't know. I think it's just a really beautiful box. Mine's kind of sun-faded. That warning should be that color, but, yeah. I'm not going to take the tape out, mainly because the tape's not in the box. I'll explain that in my video later, but basically... They couldn't find the tape, but they said whenever they did, they would call me and I could come get it. They should find it by the end of the week, so I'm not worried about it. And if not, I'll just get the tape on eBay. But, so I don't know if that version's cut or not, but I know that there's a Shriek Show release, and it's entirely uncut. But, I mean, overall, if you're a Joe D'Amato fan, his works are so versatile. I just got done reviewing The Alcove for, Severin Films, which was really good, by the way. But, that one had, roughly, no violence in it, and it was pure sleaze. But then he does things that are hardcore porn with lots of violence, hardcore porn with lots of sleaze and no violence, and then he'll do sleaze films that have horror in them, and then he'll do just straight out horror films, and it's weird. But as far as if you're Joe D'Amato horror fan, then I can't recommend that one enough. It's easily one of the goriest films he's ever released. But one thing that bugged me about the Shriek Show DVD, I don't know if this tape does it, but the audio on the Shriek Show DVD was fucking hideous. I hated it. I hated it so bad. The audio was horrible. But yeah, I can't think of anything else to say about it. It's one of the coolest gore flicks of all time, in my opinion. And this video has an award on it. Let's see. It says acclaimed the goriest film of the year by the Gore Gazette. See right there, Gore Gazette. If I ever had something called the Gore Gazette, I would shoot myself in the head, because that sounds like such a tool of a name to name your magazine the Gore Gazette. I thought the gourmet segment in Rue Morgue was taking it to new levels of cheekiness, but that's just fucking stupid. But yeah, if you like gore and if you like Joe D'Amato's sleaze, this one has some nudity in it, but not as much. It's not an Emmanuel film by any means, but it's gorier than his stuff like Anthropophagus and Absurd. So check it out. I mean, I really like the movie.